Hi, I'm Courtney Armstrong, a therapist, educator, and author who specializes in treating trauma. I want to share some exciting research with you today, as well as a 5-step process that will get you better results when it comes to treating trauma and anxiety. The research that I want to share with you has to do with memory reconsolidation. Now you might be asking, what the heck is that? Well, memory reconsolidation has to do with the retrieval, updating, and restorage of a memory with new information. It's important for therapists to understand this discovery because it tells us what we need to do to more effectively clear traumatic memory, eliminate a fear, or even stop drug cravings. In the past, we thought that once a fear was learned, it could never be fully extinguished. Exposure and behavioral extinction have been the gold standard for treating fear memories, but even with these methods, there was still a chance that the same fear could get triggered after a period of time had passed. Researchers concluded that this happens because with exposure treatment, we were not updating the original memory. What we were doing is creating two separate memories, one still associated with fear and another that was not associated with fear, and these two memories would compete for expression. But in the year 2000, a neuroscientist named Kareem Nader discovered that whenever we retrieve a memory, it's like opening a file on your computer, and it actually can be modified with new information within a brief period of time. So far, there have been several promising studies in humans, but what researchers have found is that a few conditions have to be present in order to really change the original fear memory. There are a few therapy models out there that are integrating some aspects of these new discoveries. Coherence therapy is one model, rapid resolution therapy is another, and EMDR does it to an extent, but not entirely. So I've created a simple 5-step process that I call the Recon protocol that integrates the best of what these other trauma therapy models have to offer and also follows what the memory reconsolidation research tells us has to happen in order for a memory to really change. What's also great is that you can integrate this Recon protocol into whatever therapy model that you use right now. The first step is to have the client recall the traumatic memory briefly. They don't have to get into great detail initially, just enough to open that memory file, so to speak. Step 2 is to explore any physical sensations that got associated with the event for embodied beliefs or meanings that got associated with the trauma. The embodied meanings or beliefs are not necessarily concrete, conscious, explicit thoughts. That's why I advise that you follow the sensations. You might hear this called the float back technique in EMDR. It's a similar process. Step 3 is to create a positive, calming experience of the client's desired response and to have this imagery experience last for about 10 to 15 minutes. This calming, positive experience does two things. It calms the nervous system to prevent hyperarousal, and it begins to prepare the mind to accept new information. After the client has reached this positive, calmer state, then you can move on to step 4, which is to have the client observationally describe the traumatic memory without reliving the event emotionally. In rapid resolution therapy, this is called remaining emotionally present. This helps to clear the emotional charge from the memory and signals to the brain that the event is over and not actually happening. Step 5, the last step in the Recon process, is to neutralize any meanings that got attached to the event with a contrasting experience. The memory reconsolidation research calls this a mismatch experience or a prediction error, because for a memory to really change, something has to happen during the reprocessing that's in stark contrast to what the brain would expect. It has to come in the form of an experience rather than an intellectual discussion, because the emotional brain learns through an experience, not through words. The mismatch experience is the key to deep and lasting change. Many of the mismatch experiences that I use and teach therapists include creative uses of imagery, metaphor, role play, humor, music, and movement. My clients love it, and there is an art to the process. So I'm in the process of creating short video clips that I'll release every few weeks that will feature some creative ways to craft these mismatch experiences that I'm talking about. It will get you optimal results with your clients when you start integrating these into the work that you already do. To sign up for one of these trainings, get more videos, or sign up for the free report that summarizes what I talked about today, you can go to my website at CourtneyArmstrongLPC.com. Thanks so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you soon.